be co-promoters for one of the most historic bouts in the history of boxing. 143 years Madison Square Garden has been around. Never before have two women headlined a boxing event. That changes on Saturday, April 30th. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano. Not only that, it's number 1 versus number 2, pound for pound. That never happens. That's historic in its own right. Now, Jake Paul is on Team Serrano, Eddie Hearn, Team Taylor. This is going to be fun, guys. Could I start with you, Eddie, and ask you this? 2020, when you promoted his fight, if I would have told you back then, 2.5 or so years later, you'd actually be co-promoting an event of this nature, of this magnitude, alongside the problem child, honestly, what would you have said?
I mean, one, I would have said no chance, and 2, I would have said no chance that he would be where he's at in his boxing career, quite honestly. I mean, he came in, I didn't know if he had any ability. Fought Anderson Gibb, who was terrible on the night, and Jake looked pretty average because Gibb was terrible as well, and it was like 2 YouTubers.
Hey,
what?
Don't start this off like that.
What?
You can't. I beat him in 1 minute. How do you even assess how good I was?
Well, because I said I didn't know. And actually,
but you called me average after
you
1
are
minute.
Average.
But you called me after 1 minute of my first professional fight.
No, but you're still average. You're not.
That's not true. I just beat a 5-time world champion.
You beat a UFC.
You don't even know. You don't know my ability though.
That's true. That's true.
You don't.
I don't know where you might go. I just give you where I think you're at, which I'm entitled to, which is average. Average is very complimentary to you as a boxer. If you're talking about average in terms, what is average? Someone that can go and win an intercontinental title. That's a good achievement for someone that's not had any real boxing background.
But
I actually give you credit.
Did anyone on your roster last year win knockout of the year?
They have done previously. It was a great knockout.
But they didn't
You
last
knocked
year,
out
right?
a guy that doesn't really box.
So average, but I had more accomplishments than everyone on your roster. That's crazy. So is your whole roster?
You won knockout of the year on ESPN. You've got Canelo Alvarez is the undisputed super middleweight champion.
What's the
you
number
had better
one thing?
achievements than him.
What's the number one thing to do in boxing? Knock your opponent out.
Jake,
I did that the best.
You're distinctly average, but that is a compliment.
So, but none of
What are you talking about?
Your roster had that
Canelo
accomplishment.
Alvarez,
So it's like
Anthony Joshua,
is your
Taylor. These are
roster
undisputed
average?
world champions.
You're just saying your roster's average.
You knocked out a UFC guy. But anyway, back to the Anderson Gibb